तैयार है उनको भेजा देंगे. So funds flow analysis similar to cash flow, funds flow statement also we need to prepare, but here preparation is relating to funds flow. Generally funds flow statement is prepared for long term purposes. Okay, this analysis is for the long term basis. एक कंपनी में कितना कैपिटल है, ओके, कितने फंड्स आ रहे, उसका यूटिलाइजेशन कैसा हो रहा, what are the sources from where company is getting funds and how it is being utilized in various activities. जैसे कि in cash flow statement we see operating activity, financial activity and investing activities. A business will have many things to be done, okay, for long term and short term purposes. Cash flow statement reveals only cash related information, which is one of the part of fund. Funds means in huge amount, okay, whereas cash is one of the aspect under fund. Okay, cash flow में आप कैश मूवमेंट देख रहे थे, हाउ कैश इज कमिंग इनटू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड हाउ इट इज बीन यूटिलाइज्ड, बट हियर फंड्स फ्लो स्टेटमेंट रिवील्स मोर देन दैट. ओके, सो फंड्स फ्लो स्टेटमेंट के लिए थोड़े इंपॉर्टेंट नोट पॉइंट्स एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ये लिख लो. ओके, जैसे हम हर चैप्टर में लिखते वैसा. टॉपिक्स टू be studied, learn and revised. Okay, meaning and definition of funds, or you can simply say concept of funds. Next one, concept of flow. Flow means movement, how funds are coming into the organization. See, a company can get funds from two sources. One is internal, another one is external. Okay, internal and external. Okay, internal is own funds. Okay, जो इक्विटी शेयर होल्डर्स, प्रिफरेंस शेयर होल्डर्स, जो ओनर्स फंड्स है ना, वो इंटरनल फंड्स है. एंड फ्रॉम एक्सटर्नल सोर्सेस लाइक डिबेंचर्स, bonds or deposits or loans from banks or financial institutions, you will raise the funds and these will be applied in the business in the form of for long term and short term purposes. Long term purposes and short term purposes. Okay, short term purposes are nothing but your day-to-day routine activities. Those are called as working capital management, that is current assets and current liabilities. Okay, for this purpose, short term utilization we require some amount day-to-day routine काम करने के लिए, and not only that, long term to maintain the business and conduct the business in smooth way. For administration and other purposes, we require fixed assets, and whatever excess funds are there, that will be invested, okay, in the form of investments. So in सबका analysis funds flow statement से होता है. Generally non current वाले बातें यहाँ पे होते हैं. Okay, concept of flow, how funds are coming into the organization and how its movement is there. Okay, we call it as, in financing terms, sources and application. What it is? Source, sources and application. Application means you are applying the money or fund, and sources you are procuring the those things from the various sources, internal and external sources. You are getting the funds and you are utilizing for the business purpose. So generally, to do funds flow statement, okay, that is sources and application. Okay, we call it as sources and application statement or funds flow statement. To that, we require additional 2 statements. Okay, additionally और 2 statement बनाना पड़ता है. So one question might be from that point of view. Okay, one is what is funds flow statement? What is so what is funds flow analysis? Its advantages and limitations or disadvantages. Sometimes they may ask as importance also, and in this they use these three are A category questions, and now whatever I am writing, they may come or may not come, but once you go through them, because it is from B category, okay, कभी कभी आ सकते हैं और C भी हो सकता. Non current accounts and current accounts treatment. See, which are non-current means which are long term, and which are current, those are current assets and current liabilities. Their treatment in the preparation of funds flow statement, how they will be prepared. Okay, so these are the things. Not only this, to prepare funds flow statement, we need to prepare other things like 3 formats we need to learn, that is statement of changes in working capital. These are related to current assets and current liabilities. Okay, and another one, funds from operation statement. So statement of funds from operations. This is nothing but these two are A category things. Without this, we can't do the funds flow statement at all. And these two are cash flow statement A. Under cash flow statement, what is A? What is cash flow statement A bit? I think you people forgot in a day.
Operating activities.
Cash flow from operating activities. See, before changes in working capital and after changes in working capital. So these are changes in working capital you are putting aside, and funds from operations includes only business profit, that is main business activity से कितना आपको profit आ रहा. So cash generated from operations is there. Till that it is statement of funds from operations. This is what these two are combinedly in cash flow statement. These two are combinedly cash flow from operating activities, but in the funds flow statement it is called differently prepared. One is changes in working capital, another one statement of funds flow from operations. This is nothing but your A bit of operating activities of up to cash generated from operating activities. आपको समझने के लिए बता रहा हूँ ये बात बस. ओके, ये एग्जाम में नहीं लिखना है, आपको समझने के लिए बस. Because as of now, you know both the things now. You know cash flow statement. Okay, if you don't know, you will know it later. That is for those who are seeing video for them. So cash generated from operating activities is nothing but your statement of funds from operations. Next, lastly, we will prepare funds flow statement. Funds flow statement, that is or we will call it as statement of sources and application. Both are one and the same itself. They may call it with the different name. So this would be your answer. To do this thing, we need to do these two as a working note or adjustment. Fine, already. Hope till here you have written. So in the exam, out of this theory, there may be a question, or these are the formats I just wrote and related problems we will do. Problems relating to funds flow statement. That is also we need to do. And कुछ बोल रहा हूँ क्या? अच्छा, see whether it is cash flow statement or funds flow statement, don't consider few things. Okay, now insignificant items we call them. What? Insignificant items are non-cash transactions. Okay, insignificant items are non-cash transactions which shall not be considered while preparing FFS, funds flow statement, or CFS, कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट. दोनों भी करते वक्त इनको कंसिडर नहीं करते बिकॉज दीज आर नॉन कैश ट्रांजैक्शंस. अंडर दैट फर्स्ट वन, इश्यू ऑफ शेयर्स इन कंसिडरेशन फॉर परचेज ऑफ फिक्स्ड असेट्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट्स. अब फिक्स्ड असेट परचेज करें 10 लाख का, उसके बदले में आप 10 लाख वर्थ के कंपनी के शेयर्स इश्यू करें. सो देयर में बी इंक्रीज इन दी शेयर कैपिटल, बट इट शुड नॉट बी कंसिडर बिकॉज इट इज इनसिग्निफिकेंट. एक असेट बढ़ा है, एक लायबिलिटी बढ़ा है. ओके, सिमिलरली conversion of debentures into equity shares. What? Are issue of not only shares, debentures also. Issue of shares or debentures in consideration for purchase of fixed assets or investments. ये परचेज करके बदले में ये इश्यू कर रहे, तो इट इज नॉट फंड. कुछ पैसे नहीं आ रहे, एक असेट आ रहा, उसके बदले में आप शेयर्स दे रहे. These will be called as insignificant items or non-cash transactions which shall not be taken in funds flow statement as well as cash flow statement. And conversion of debentures into equity shares और प्रेफरेंस शेयर्स. आप एक लायबिलिटी को दूसरे में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हैं. सो exchange transactions of assets and liabilities should not be considered. In simple terms, exchange transactions of assets and liabilities should not be considered. ओके, वो इंक्रीज को इंक्रीज नहीं मानना, डिक्रीज को डिक्रीज नहीं मानना. वो चीजों को नीचे लिख देना नोट. इनसिग्निफिकेंट आइटम्स विच डू नॉट अफेक्ट द फंड्स आर कैश. ओके, सी थियरी भी पढ़ के जाइए, फॉर्मेट्स भी पढ़ के जाइए, तभी प्रॉब्लम कर सकते, नहीं तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम होता. ओनली प्रॉब्लम के बेसिस पे नहीं जाना एग्जाम हॉल को. यू आर इन 6th सेमिस्टर, तो आप कुछ भी चांस नहीं लेना. ओके, आप ये लाइन देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे, ये आपका विनिंग लाइन है. ओके, आप यहाँ पे हो. ओके, आप यहाँ पे हो, थोड़ा सा जोर लगा के लाइन क्रॉस करना है. अब यहाँ पे ये पढ़ना या वो पढ़ना, ये सब यहाँ पे सोचते बैठे तो क्या होता, अगर कुछ छोड़ के गए वही एग्जाम में आ गए तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाता। थोड़ा ज्यादा पढ़ के गए तो कोई परवाह नहीं, तो ज्यादा पढ़ के जाइए, जो भी बता रहे वो पढ़ के जाइए. ఈ టైంలో మనం ఆలోచించొద్దమ్మా. అర్థమవుతుందా? థియరీ ప్లస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ రెండు నేర్చుకొని పోండి. ఒకవేళ రెండు థియరీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇస్తే ప్రాబ్లం ఇవ్వకుండా కష్టమవుతుంది కదా. యాక్చువల్లీ యూనివర్సిటీ ఏం చేస్తుందంటే పిల్లలకి థియరీ ఈజీగా రాసేస్తారు అని చెప్పేసి థియరీ క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇస్తారు, ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఇవ్వకుండా ఒక్కోసారి ఆర్ ఫార్మాట్స్ ఇస్తారు. సో దాన్ని యూటిలైజ్ చేసుకోవాలి అని అంటే మనం రెండు నేర్చుకొని పోవాలి. ఒక్కోసారి 2 topics ఉన్నాయనుకోండి. సపోజ్ there is one chapter called financial statement analysis, right? In financial statements we are having two things. One is comparative common size trend analysis. These are part of one chapter A bit, and ratio analysis, ratios, another topic is there. Okay, आप यहाँ पे पूरे प्रॉब्लम्स करके गए, थियरी भी पढ़ के गए, लेकिन एग्जाम में 2 क्वेश्चन रेशियो एनालिसिस से ही आ गए, एक प्रॉब्लम और एक थियरी, तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, आप यहाँ पे कॉमन साइज करे, कंपैरेटिव करे, ट्रेंड एनालिसिस करे, थियरी पढ़े तो भी, रेशियो एनालिसिस के प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं करे तो भी चलेगा. यहाँ से क्या पढ़ के जाना है, थियरी पढ़ के जाना है. व्हाट इज रेशियो एनालिसिस? इट्स advantages are importance and types of ratios: solvency ratios, profitability ratios, liquidity ratios, capital structure ratios. 4 types of ratios are there. Those you just go through once, that's it. ये थियरी भी करके जाइए, अगर प्रॉब्लम करना नहीं आ रहा तो भी. तब क्या हो जाएगा, अगर दोनों क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि literally I'm saying in advanced account, previous paper itself, advanced accounting, two times in fifth unit, unit 5, in that there are two topics. One is goodwill, another one valuation of shares. One is valuation of goodwill, another one valuation of shares. One time he gave A and B both from goodwill, not from valuation of shares. Other time, last time he gave both from valuation of shares itself. He ignored the goodwill entirely. So there may be chance of doing these things at present also. So in the budgetary control and standard costing, you are learning budgetary control, flexible budget, and theory from the budgetary control. Not only that, you learn standard costing theory also. Okay, that's it. ये भी करके जाना साथ में, नहीं तो प्रॉब्लम होता. 2 थियरी क्वेश्चन पढ़ के जाइए. ओके, हाँ चलो, अभी के लिए तो ये चैप्टर पे फोकस करेंगे. सी आपको सिंपल सा समझाने के लिए मैं बता दे रहा हूँ. सी ऑलरेडी यू डिड कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट ना. जो लोग ऑलरेडी कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट करे उनको आसान से समझने के लिए कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट आपने करे. सो कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट is having 3 things. One is cash flow from operating activities.
Next, investing and financing activities.
Right. Cash flow from operating activities. Just now I said, before changes in working capital, whatever you will get cash generated from operations. In funds flow statement, this is divided into 2. One is funds from operations, another one changes in working capital. एक स्टेटमेंट बनाते हैं आप फंड्स फ्रॉम ऑपरेशंस का, एक स्टेटमेंट बना रहे हैं आप चेंजेस इन वर्किंग कैपिटल का. राइट, ये आपका ए बिट जो है ना उसी में से है. नेक्स्ट, whoever are know that cash flow from investing activities. This is B bit, right? ये A वाला, ये B वाला, यहाँ पे C में क्या आएगा? कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम फाइनेंसिंग
activities.
right? CBTTs. So in cash flow statement, investing activities, you may be having plus and minus items, right? परचेज करे तो माइनस बोलते, सेल करे तो परचेज. फिक्स्ड असेट्स आर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, सॉरी सेल प्लेस होगा यहाँ पे. परचेज ऑफ फिक्स्ड असेट्स आर इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, दीज आर minus items, these are minus items, right? And financing also you will be having plus and minus. Interest received, dividend received are plus, interest paid, dividend paid are minus. So whatever minus are there, minus will go to application here and प्लेस वाले हो जाते, सोर्स बन जाते. क्या होते? सोर्सेस. ओके, सो सिंपली your investing and financing activities will become sources and application. Okay, sources and application ये दोनों में से ही हो रहे. And your changes in working capital and funds from operations will come from कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज. जिसको कैश फ्लो आता वो लोग इसको समझो, जिसको कैश फ्लो नहीं आता वो लोग मैं अभी जो बता रहा हूँ वो देखे तो उनको समझ में आ जाता. ओके, दे विल गिव यू ए वर्टिकल बैलेंस शीट, जो अपन जनरली बैलेंस शीट देखते हैं. ये करंट ईयर इंफॉर्मेशन, ये प्रीवियस ईयर इंफॉर्मेशन. यू विल बी हैविंग फर्स्ट इक्विटी एंड लायबिलिटीज, equity and liabilities, right? Under that shareholders funds will be there. Then share capital, reserves and surplus. Share capital, reserves and surplus. If share capital increases, it is source. Share capital decreases, it is application. And reserves and surplus will go to funds from operation. Where it will go? It will go to funds from operations. Okay, current year, previous year, both will be there. If current year balance increases, share capital, issue of share capital source, and redemption of preference share capital will become application. Clear? कंपनीज के लिए बोल रहा हूं मैं. इसके बाद आपको ये वन टू में नॉन करेंट लायबिलिटीज. इन नॉन करेंट लायबिलिटीज you will be having debentures and loans from banks or financial institutions. If these balances increase, if non-current liabilities increase, it is source. If non-current liabilities decrease, it is application. Repayment of or redemption of debentures or repayment of bank loans, that is application. If any debentures are issued, issue of debentures will source. Raising of loans from banks and financial institutions will become source. Next, current liabilities will be there. Please remember current liabilities, third part. Okay, current liabilities will go to changes in working capital statement. Where it will go? Changes in working capital statement it will go. So total here liabilities is over. From here on, second part, assets will come into the picture. Under assets, you will be having one non-current assets. Under this also, fixed assets will be there. Investments will be there. Okay. Fixed assets. Please remember fixed assets and investments. Okay. Dono bhi. If purchase is there, purchase. यहाँ पे इंक्रीज डिक्रीज मत देखो. Purchase is application. Sale value. If sale is there, sale value will become source, and profit or loss. Profit or loss will go to FFO, where it will go profit or loss on sale of fixed assets or investment will go to FFO. Whether it is investments or fixed assets, same will be considered. Purchase application, sale source. In case of sales, profit or loss will be there, those will. And in case of fixed assets, depreciation. In case of fixed assets, tangible depreciation, intangible amortization. Okay, amortization. These will go to FFO. Funds from operation में जाता है. And nothing else are there. Second one, in assets, second one, current assets will be there. Current assets will go to changes in working capital. Changes in working capital. Clear? Total assets will be there. That is not material for us. Hope you understood till here. And from the textbook, what you do, there are three statements. One is funds flow statement, another one is funds from operations, then changes in working capital. Please write it down in your notes and we will meet tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you stop recording?